Hello everyone, my name is Sumit and I welcome all of you to BISP Self-Learning Video Broadcast Solution. Today I am going to demonstrate you how to write a SOQL query in Visual Force within Salesforce. So first of all, let's try to understand what is SOQL query and then we'll take few examples of SOQL queries. The SOQL query stands for Salesforce Object Query Language and it is used to search organization Salesforce data for specific information. So in normal cases, we can directly access the data of any specific object or of any object from a Salesforce by using controllers or standard controllers. But if we want to extract the data based on a certain criteria or based on certain or a specific records, so for that we can take the help of SOQL queries within our Apex programming. SOQL is similar to the select statement and in the widely used SQL, but is designed specifically for Salesforce data. So basically, SOQL is similar to select statement. So most of you are aware of select statement in traditional SQL language and structured query language. But this SOQL query is designed specifically for Salesforce data or to extract the data within Salesforce, within Visual Force or in Apex programming. With SOQL, we can construct simple but powerful query strings in the following environment. So we can write and we can use SOQL query in the query string parameters in the query call or in an Apex statement or in Visual Force controller and getter methods and in the schema explorer of the force.com ID. So that's the use of SOQL queries. We can extract the data, we can pull the data or specific records from an Salesforce object, and then we can display the data on a Visual Force page by using SOQL queries. So let's take two scenarios, and the first scenario is I would like to display all the accounts records from the account object whose opportunity stage is closed one. So you can see here I would like to display the details from the account. Let's suppose account name and account phone and the stage or opportunity status, but whose opportunity stage is closed one. So basically in this we have to pull the data from account, but that the record on the account will be based on the opportunity object. So for this we'll be going to take help of SOQL queries, because directly or without using SOQL queries it will be nearly impossible to pull the data based on an opportunity object from the account object. So let's see this how to achieve this, or how to achieve how to achieve and how to display the records into a Visual Force. So for this we need to switch to Salesforce first. So you can see here I have already switched to Salesforce, and in this Salesforce, first of all I'm going to create one Visual Force page. So let's say I write SOQL query example 123, any name that will be a Visual Force page name, and if this Visual Force page exists it will open it, otherwise it will throw an error message, and then we can create a Visual Force page. So as you can see here I got an error because this Visual Force page does not exist. So I click on this link and it will create a new Visual Force page in the name of SOQL query example 123 for me, and then we'll be going to customize it or write a query into that. To know more about Visual Force and Apex programming, please go through my previous videos that will help you to understand about controller, standard controller, Visual Force and Apex programming. So the page is ready, the Visual Force page is ready, and now I'm going to write the code. So to save the time, I have already note down the code, so I'm just going to copy paste it, and then I will be going to explain you that code later on. So that's the code. You can see I have used a controller here. So let me change the name of my controller, SOQL example, SOQL query example 123, and then I have opened a tag, form tag. I created a page block which will display account information, and then I would like to pull the data from this account object. So this account object basically we need to configure in our Apex in this controller class, and it's a page block table, and you know that the page block table will inherit the standard look and feel of a table, of a Salesforce table. So that's why I have used it, because I don't want to do customization by myself. If you want to apply any customization by yourself, you can go for a data table as well. Then I have created 3 columns. One column will display name, one column will display phone, and third column will be going to display the owner name. So let's save it, and we'll get an error message because this controller does not exist. So I'll get an error message here, and I'm going to click this link to create this controller or this Apex controller class. I got this controller class, and I click on this function as well, get account function. So I've got a function as well. So you can see here I have created this function, and this function will return type it will return as a list type because will be going to pull multiple records. So it will return as a list, and this list will store the data into this account, and it will display over here in this Visual Force page. So let's understand this query first. So in this query, I've used uh, I've used a query like this. So select ID, comma name, comma phone, comma account dot owner dot name from account where ID in, and it's a subquery. Basically select account ID. I would like to pull the account ID from the opportunity object where stage name is equal to closed one. So it will pull all those records account ID, and then it will compare the records, and it will pull the data from the account object whose account ID is whose account ID is satisfied over or pulled out from here. And then all those records will be stored into this account object, and this account object will be a list object, and it will return account, and the data will return over here, and it will display account name, phone, and owner name. So when we save it, we'll get this kind of structure. So you can see here we have got 1 2 3 4 5 6 around 9 7 or 8 records are here, and we have got all those records whose opportunity is open, and whose opportunity whose opportunity stage name is closed one, and then we have pulled the data here, and you can see here we have 3 columns: account name, phone, and name. And in name you can see the names, the record belongs to me, and one record belongs to another record. So that's why you can see the owner name is coming over here. So that is our first scenario. That's the first scenario. This So display all records whose opportunity stage is closed one, and that's the query for this, to pull the data from the account depends on the opportunity. So that's the first scenario. Let's talk about the second scenario. The second scenario is I would like to display opportunity records of current logged in user. So my requirement is, as you know, that whenever a user logged in, so I would like to display the records only from the opportunity object, and I would like to display only those opportunity whose owner is the current logged in user. So if we click on opportunities, so we have got various records in opportunity object. So as you can see here, we have got opportunities. There are various records in opportunities, and in this opportunity, one record belongs to Sam and other record belongs to me. So I would like to display only those records which are created by me. So when I logged in, or whenever a user logged in, so we would like to create a Visual Force page, and that Visual Force page will represent or will present only or display only those opportunities according to the user logged in. So this also we can achieve by using SOQL queries. So let's see how to achieve this. So to achieve this, first of all, we need to create a new Visual Force page. So I'm going to create a new Visual Force page here. Then I give a name, display op or opportunities SQL query. That's the name of my Visual Force page. So this page does not exist. So first of all, I'm going to create this page, and don't worry about it. If you got this, if you found this kind, if you get this kind of error, simply go back and again click on it. Your page will create successfully. So that's my Visual Force page. You can see here I have created a Visual Force page, and in this Visual Force page, that's the code, that's the Visual Force page code. So here I am trying to display the opportunity name and the opportunity owner name, and that's my name, that's the name of my controller. So because this controller does not exist, so first of all I'm going to create this controller, and in that controller we would like to write a code. So I'll switch to that controller, and I'm going to write a code here. So what's the code? Let me show you the code. So that's my code. You can see here, that's the code. So again, because it will return multiple opportunities, so that's why I have created the function return type is list opportunity. It will return the list of records, and then the query is select ID comma name comma. So it will pull the ID, the name, and opportunity dot owner dot name from opportunity, where opportunity dot owner dot name is equal to colon user info dot get name. So it will pull the current user, the current logged in username, and then it will match the query. It will pull the data from the opportunities and store into this opportunity list object, and it will return opportunities, and this will display the data over here. So that's all. Let's test it. So for testing, I'm going to save it. So when I saved it, first of all, you can see the error has been gone. The error is resolved. And now if we'll pull it down and let's see the records. So you can see it is displaying only me those records which are created by me. The BISP record is not here because that record was created by other user. So that's how we can use the scenarios, or we can use the SOQL queries to pull the data from objects based on a certain criteria. And that's the query for this scenario 2. So that's all in this video. If you have any questions or if you have any queries, you can visit our website www.bispsolutions.com or bisptrainings.com, or you can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on Salesforce. Have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.